Tony D. Shit. What a need. Cornbread.
Welcome to the Sex, Travel, Sports, Food Podcast with your host, Cousin Cornbread on ANDS Radio. That's ain't no damn station radio. We're delivering this straight to your earphones, your car speakers, and sound bars on that Wi-Fi, hotspots, Ethernet, T1 lines, shared data plans, or however you get on the internet. And we about to go ahead and get this commentary in and solve life's problems. Y'all ready? Set, go. Yeah. It's your boy, Cousin Cornbread, man, checking in with y'all right now on Sex, Travel, Sports, Food, episode number 7, man. I appreciate everybody that's returning to listen one more again. You hear me? We gonna get straight to it, man. And this week, man, I posed a question on Facebook and on social media, Twitter, whatever. I posted it on everywhere, asking about how y'all feel about men that wear makeup. You know what I'm saying? Because you know these days, most women out here, everybody talking about they got their face beat. It's all about having a beat face, your eyeliner. They be having the wing tips on the eyeliner or whatever they be talking about. I don't know, man, but I'm always interested to hear it because a lot of women wear it, and then a lot of women wear makeup, and you'll hear a lot of guys always say something to the effect of, "Oh, well, you don't need to wear makeup. You already so pretty," or some shit like that. And the women will always come back pretty much and say, "Well, thank you, but no thanks. I'm gonna wear makeup because that's what I want to do with my life. I'm gonna wear makeup because I want to wear makeup. I wasn't wearing it for you anyway, but thank you for your little opinion. Boo, boo." Right? That's how it always usually come off. And like my man Huey said, Huey Booker. Matter of fact, y'all listen to his podcast too, the Booker Huey. I'll be on that. Matter of fact, that's a sidebar. Like my man Huey said, and like a lot of guys said, women will come up and say that men or whatever should accept whatever the hell they wear, right? And basically mind their business. We don't need your opinion about the makeup we wear. We don't need you to validate it or have any opinion on it, basically. And so it's always funny to hear what women will come back with and say, "Oh, well, y'all should just accept kind of what we do blindly, or just, if we like it, y'all should love it," basically. But is that the same for everybody? Does that apply to men? Does that apply with men? Would a women accept that same story, right? If it's a man, right? It's bad. And I'll restrict this, I guess, to heterosexual relationships. Right? So, and then I pose the question, which is, ladies, would you date a man who wore makeup regularly? And I should have put the caveat in there, of course, like if he's a news anchor or actor or whatever it is, that's a whole nother thing. We all know that. So they knew what I was talking about, but you always have them bammers on social media that want to pick at it and make it like a thing. Like, oh, well, if he's an actor, then okay. But clearly, y'all know we ain't talking about no damn actors, right? I'm talking about your man work at the post office, or he work at AutoZone, Jiffy Lube, or he's a lawyer, or whatever the hell he does, right? Chick-fil-A manager, right? And he just happens to want to wear makeup. How do y'all feel about that? And basically, the women were like, hell no. The feedback was basically, it's going to be a no from me, dog, across the board. Except for, there were a couple women that said they would date dudes that wore makeup and all that stuff. But for the most part, hey, the ladies not having it, fellas. So, if y'all were out there thinking about, increasing your enhancing your beauty, enhancing your handsomeness, okay? Using makeup, then don't do it. Or if you do it, be prepared for the backlash. You know what I'm saying? But I thought it was interesting because women will fry dudes about shit too. Like women will fry dudes about wearing toupees. You know they got the new toupee going around. They got that number 3 on the top with the 2 on the side fade. You know, for the black men. You know what I'm saying? So they got the jumps with the parts in it. They got all kinds of stuff you can paste on your head now. That's not like the old obvious Steve Harvey toupee. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know Steve Harvey had that toupee for years. But them Jones have advanced just like the weaves have advanced. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, the playing field is flattening out. It's evening out. You know what I'm saying? The ladies now got to check to see, you know. They got to check, if y'all care. You know, but it's another thing. It might be it's a double standard. The ladies will come out and say, nah, y'all supposed to accept our weaves. Y'all supposed to just accept us how we are, how we feel comfortable, and how it makes me feel inside as a woman, and blah, blah, blah. But if their man saying the same shit, they be like, nah, dog. You can't feel comfortable inside as a man. You can't feel comfortable. You supposed to feel how I want you to feel. You supposed to look how I want you to look, wear what I want you to wear. You know what I'm saying? That's how the ladies approach it. It's double standard, man, for real. So y'all need to stop that shit out there, because I was sure that I was going to get more responses from the ladies that said they wouldn't mind it. Okay? Based on the fact that they say we should accept whatever. Or a man, whoever they date, should just accept however the hell. Whatever they put on. So if they looking like a whole Bonner and Bailey clown coming out the car, then you supposed to just accept it. Whether or not her shit blended well or not, then you supposed to just accept it. Whether or not she look like she about to take off with them eagle wings or whatever it is, wingtip eyeliner, or not, you supposed to accept it, period. But the ladies they wasn't having it, man. And I just thought it was funny because, you know, I always represent for the fellas, man. I always say, look, the dudes be getting it hard out here, man. I know the popular opinion is that basically women are the only ones that have problems. You know what I'm saying? And that we should care about anyway. But men be having problems out here. You understand me? Men be out here in the struggle too. You know, it's a lot of stuff that we get roasted on that we can't even cry about. You know what I'm saying? We can't cry. We can't tell nobody that you a pussy ass dude or soft or whatever it is. But, you know, it's a double standard, man. I guess these double standards just exist. But when it comes to the men, we can't even say nothing back. You know what I'm saying? I just want to let y'all know, fellas, you know what I'm saying? I be riding for y'all, man. I be trying to help, but ain't no helping these fellas out here, man. Don't cry. Don't conceal your blemishes. Don't wear no enhancing, nothing. Just be out there looking raggedy or whatever. If that's how you look, you have to look raggedy. There was one lady who commented that she don't even want her man to be stylish at all. She just want him to be just a mess. She don't want that baby to have his beard shaped up. She don't want him to comb his hair. She just want that baby to come out there looking like, yeah, like I just finished hunting a wild boar for the family. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. And then of course, the ladies want to have their so-called clapbacks. You know what I'm saying? They be like, oh, because I got a beard. If y'all never seen me before, I got a beard, okay? And that's Beard, in case my enunciation is off. So, yeah. So, look. So, I have a beard. And, you know, some of the ladies want to go ahead and try to, like, say some little smart shit on the side. Like, oh, yeah, I heard beards was makeup for men. I heard fitted caps was makeup for men. And, you know, I heard that too. You know what I'm saying? And that might be valid. I don't know. But I'm not a new beard dude, so I don't get offended by it. I've always had a beard, like since I was like 14. You understand me? Whatever hormones they was putting in those school lunches, had me with a beard at 14, dog. Actually, me and my boy Nick Weidenfeld, I went to with the middle school and high school with. Nick had a full dead ass beard. Boy was looking like Teen Wolf in like the 8th grade. That's what it always reminded me of, because Nick's beard came in way before mine. And when I say Teen Wolf, I'm equating him to that because Nick is a white guy. You know what I'm saying? And it always reminded me of when because we used to play basketball together. He was on the basketball team, I was too. And Nick could actually jump higher than a lot of people. Like, both of us were two of the more athletic guys in those grades or whatever, right? So if y'all saw the original Teen Wolf, right, when Michael J. Fox would jump up and get the rebound and go down in the ball, and everybody trying to get the ball from him, and then he turned into the wolf while he's in the crowd and come out with the facial hair and all the long hair and all this on his arms. That was my man Nick Wildfell. Nick used to dead ass like a long ass beard in like the 8th grade. For real. Anybody listening to this that went to school with us, we know that's guaranteed. Y'all can look Nick up too. If y'all look Nick Weidenfeld up right now on Instagram or something like that, how he looks now is how he looked in the 8th grade. And we 38 years old right now? Yeah, me too though. I can't lie. I was this big, looked the same in the 8th grade. That's why I used to get all the rebounds. Cause I was just bigger than everybody else. Shit. But yeah, man, crazy that the women wasn't having it, man. The women wasn't having it for the makeup. So fellas, if you want to, beautify yourself or look better out here, I guess all you have left now is a beard. Okay, so you're going to have to get a beard or a nice fitted Yankee cap or whatever cap you want to wear for wherever you live. You know what I'm talking about? And keep it moving from there. That's going to be it. Speaking of where you live, man, wherever you're going, whatever your cap you're going to represent, whatever the hell you represent. Speaking of where you live, I've been thinking about where I live, man. I live in, I'm living in D.C., the DMV area. And the crazy shit is that housing prices are outrageous at this point. You know what I'm saying? Housing prices are just completely and utterly out of control right now. And I'm a realtor. You understand what I'm saying? So I've seen them over the past 5 years just exponentially increase, okay, in D.C. especially, specifically. And the surrounding suburbs that's close to the line, over in Arlington County, Virginia, PG County, Maryland, Montgomery County, Maryland. Everywhere, man. It's just crazy. Like, you can't live nowhere for less than like $3,000-$4,000 a month. Like, average rent for a 2-bedroom in this area is about $3,000 a month. And that's like the prime location, but still, that's crazy, man. $3,000 a month for an apartment. You know what I'm saying? Even condos. I was looking up some 2-bedroom condos the other day down on the DC Wharf, which is the new hot spot over here in DC, and it's all sold out. And I asked the sales agent at this new condo building, if she had any units left, and she told me that they were sold out in the current building, but that the other building they were planning to release units for in 2019 had 3 units left. And so she took me through all the pricing for the units. And long story short, for an 800 square foot 2-bedroom, not facing the water, this is facing the street or on the side of the building, 2-bedroom, 800 square feet, was going to run you $890,000 plus a condo fee. A condo fee of 88 cents per square foot. So you coming up off another like $700 a month on top of your almost $900,000 purchase price, your mortgage payment per month to live down there near the water. You ain't even looking at the water. And she said they ain't even have any 1 or 2 bedrooms that faced the water. Everything on the face the water was 3 bedrooms plus, and those were all $2 million plus. and she had 2 of those left. 2 left, though. That's the crazy part. People in D.C., I don't know what they do for a living for the most part. One of my friends asked me that. I was like, man, I don't know. I know in the cases I've seen where people are in those higher price ranges, they usually have gifts of money, right? They usually have gifted money from parents or whatever, and friends and all that kind of stuff. They get gifts of a couple $100,000 or $1 million in some cases, right? So, it could be all kinds of stuff. I don't know what kind of scams they running, what kind of government kickbacks. Everybody around here work for the government. So it must be some kind of government kickback, some kind of shady lawyer stuff going on. We got a bunch of lawyers and attorneys in D.C. Well, I say lawyers and attorneys, same damn thing, my bad. But it's a lot of stuff going on. I'm like, man, these people they just got that money. I don't know. I mean, it ain't that much car payment savings in the world. People be like, oh, people don't have cars. Shawty, ain't nobody spending millions of dollars on car payments, dog. Like, what the hell? Or even thousands of dollars a month. We not talking about, even if you got rid of your car, you saving maybe what, like $300-400 a month? I don't know. That's not gonna get you no $1 million condo. They really be sicing that joint too. Like, oh yeah, you don't need a car if you live in DC. Man, please. That's not making up for it. We need to get to the bottom of this. Where do these people work? Because we need to apply over wherever the hell they work at, for real. But the whole point is that, I've been talking to people about moving abroad. I said, look, man, I travel a lot, and people I know travel, getting our travel on. And every time, one of my friends told me every time I go somewhere, I be swearing I'm gonna move there. And it's kind of true. Not everywhere, but a few places I visited, I'm like, man, I could live here. Like, why don't I live here? Why? Like, there's really no reason for me not to live here. You know what I'm saying? Live on the beach. That's my thing. I want to live on the beach. Some people want to live in the mountains. Some people want to live in all these other places. London and all this, not me. I need to live on the beach. But anyway, so I've been looking around at moving abroad, man. Because it's a thing that people do all the time. And there's no reason why you shouldn't explore it. If that's what you think might be a change that you need in your life. You understand me? So I've been looking at that, man. I got a couple of friends that actually live abroad that used to live in the States. And they love it. And apparently one of the homies put me on and said there's actually tax benefits and things like this and cost avoidance that come along with living in certain places. So I'm going to need to explore that, man. So y'all explore it too. Let me know what you find about any kind of tax benefits for expats and whatever kind of little scam we can run to get this money back and get out of this shithole. Let's do it. For real. And then, one of my favorite rappers of all time, Andre 3000, said the line, hey, I wish I would have studied abroad, but I studied abroad and she studied me back and my course was hard. See, Andre 3000 says like real live shit. Like that's a real live line with substance and wordplay and all that, right? Instead of these mumble rappers, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, that line right there is real life. Because I felt like that when I graduated from college. I felt exactly like that. I was like, Andre 3000 is speaking to my life right now. And that's the way you're supposed to connect with rappers. But anyway, look, speaking of that, there's a lady that I follow on Facebook. Never met her before, but she's very entertaining, got a lot of good information. And I think she does like DIY stuff and crafts and journalism. She does all kinds of shit. She called it AV Perkins. And I think her thing is called AV Does What. And that's the name of it. AV Does What. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. But anyway, she disrespects my man Andre 3000. Okay, because she has a line like of game cards called the University of Dope. And part of their line, it's similar to like a Black Card Revoke type of game where, it's kind of like that setup where it's the majority wins and all that type of stuff. But they also have this T-shirt that says Andre 3000 is overrated. Now that's very disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? I try to defend him on her page against all these New York people for like a long time at this point. Because the New York people, right? You know, all y'all New York people, they swear that only New York rappers matter. You know, they got all these, everything about New York rap apparently is good. Like, they ain't never put out a whack rap artist in the world. And that's just not the case. But New York people have convinced themselves, kind of like Trump supporters, that no matter what New York does is good. It's like the Trump supporters think that no matter what Trump does, it's okay because it's Trump, right? It's Trump and it's different. He's not black. All the stuff that come around with the whole Make America Great foolishness is the same way with New York. People from New York swear that New York is like this whole big, like, special unicorn place on earth, and it's just not. You know what I'm saying? New York is one of the most, besides Las Vegas and Miami, New York is mad overrated, B. Dead ass, B. Dead ass. Because the joke is like, it's a cool city to visit. It's definitely a cool city to visit. I got a bunch of friends there. I went to school in Boston, so everybody is from New York that went to school with me, either New York or Boston, whatever. But I don't know. It's just every time I go there, I be like, I guess. I mean, it's cool, like the little Times Square and all that. I mean, it's all right, whatever. But it's too crowded. It's way too crowded. It's dirty. And they need to pull that shit together. Dead ass, dog. Dead ass, B. But, you know, I couldn't live there full time, man. Maybe part time if I want to do some kind of entertainment. Like if you're in the entertainment or financial sector, I guess it's probably like a good spot for you to be in. But other than that, I don't know, man. I don't know. But I did hear that we have similar situations with New York and DC as far as gentrification goes. Speaking of moving around and cost of living in certain areas, right? Because in DC, in New York, apparently had the same situation in Harlem that we have going on here in DC, or have been going. I'm not going to say going on no more because it's over. Then DC it's a wrap. Ain't no Chocolate City no more ever. It actually ain't been Chocolate City in probably about 3-4 years. But they got the same situation going on in Harlem apparently, where the gentrifiers are going in and just taking over the whole city. And one thing that I noticed is that the people from New York all moved to DC, okay? And they done converted DC into New York. That's why it's so crowded here now. That's why all these apartments and condos are so overly priced, just like New York. And they even started naming our shit down here like New York. So we got this area. And you know how they got New York? They have Soho, right? Now in DC now, there's an area called NOMA, N-O-M-A, that little acronym foolishness, right? And it stands for North of Massachusetts Avenue. And it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my whole life. I'm from DC, and I'm a realtor. And I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, what the fuck is NOMA? What is that? Where is it? And so people described it to me, and I was like, oh, it's the trap. Oh, okay. I get it. They trying to, what you call it? They're reimagining the name of the trap. Okay. Over by Gallaudet University, a area called Sursum Quarters in D.C. Trinidad is another name that's over in the NOMA area. And all of those places are basically places I would never have lived when I was growing up, or you were scared to go over to these places when I was growing up. But they converted it successfully. It has been completely and utterly gentrified. And now it's popping. Now they got condos and co-op tomato gardens and all kinds of stuff right on top of the trap, right next to people that still live there, who barely can afford to live there anymore. But that's a whole nother situation. I'm not even gonna go down that thing. But the crazy part is that they just basically trying to convert DC to New York, and it drives me insane. Cause now we got lines everywhere. Everything's a line. You waiting for the food truck, it's a line. Waiting for the metro, it's a line. Traffic has probably tripled. Everything is a line. Can't go to Safeway, it's a line. Costco, line. Everything, line. Get some gas, line. Sheesh. They need to stop it. For real. But the crazy thing is that along with the gentrification, right, I always say this. Now, there's good things and bad things that come along with it, right? Part of the good thing that you get from gentrification is that you get better services in your whatever area it is. The food deserts that used to be in the trap are gone now. Right now, you actually got like nice grocery stores. Got you a little Mom Organic. Got you a little Harris Teeter, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it brings some positive things to the spots. And all gentrifiers are not non-black. You understand what I'm saying? So people don't be factoring that into it. Okay? It's not only non-blacks that come and gentrify the area. It be black gentrifiers too. Dead ass. You know? 'Cause it's all about money. It's all about the dollars at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And there's some people that come non-black with dollars. I'm sorry, there's black with dollars too. Another good thing that come out of gentrification is that you can drink and eat for cheaper at some of these bars and restaurants and stuff now because so everybody knows that on black nights at clubs, how much a Henny and Coke costs. Because, of course, technically, all black people drink Hennessey, right? Like, I think that's kind of like assumed that all black people drink Hennessey, right? Or cognac, or some kind of dark liquor. I think black people are pegged as only drinking dark liquor or mostly drinking dark liquor, right? Mainly cognac, okay? So, but like at the non-black establishments, if y'all ain't know this, okay, Henny and Coke don't really cost like $12, $15 like they be charging at the black places or on the black nights at the other places, right? Because everybody knows it's a disparity. So if you go to these pubs, once they start calling that shit a pub, oh yeah, the prices go down, dog. That's how I go. Pubs, they cheap. Everything cheap in the pub, okay? Or what they call the gastro pub, the pub, any kind of brewery, any kind of thing like that. Those are all terms for the liquor's cheaper, okay? Than it was gonna be at Nipsey's or Tyrone's or whatever it is. I know that was probably the most, stereotypical names I could have came up with, but whatever. So it's true. So, but at the other bars, the non-black bars or the non-black nights, all stuff is cheaper. You can get a Henny and Coke for like $8, maybe $10, depending on if they trying to be fancy or not. But no higher than like $10 most of the time. Right? Even Coronas at the black place cost like what, $5, $7, whatever. White spots, they be up in that joint for $2, $3. You get a whole bucket for like $7. You get a bucket of Coronas for $10. The black spot, you get two. You get two Coronas for $10. So I don't know, man. That's the only silver lining, man. You can eat and drink for cheaper. For real. Ain't no food deserts. And the police might show up when you call them this time, right? Because, hey, you make sure you have a white buddy if you live in a gentrified area. You know what I'm saying? That you can tell them to call the police for you. The police will pull up. Whoop, pull up. They gonna be there, dog, for real. Hey, look, and speaking of beer, and drinking and all that stuff in the gentrified areas versus the trap. Did y'all know it was National Beer Day on April the 7th? I ain't know that. I want to make a calendar. I'm going to do this too. Don't nobody steal my idea though, for real. I'm saying it right here, so I'm going to copyright it today as of the posting of this podcast. I would make a calendar that has all these random ass days on it. Like National Beer Day, National Dog Day, National Strapless Bra Day, whatever dumb shit they be coming up with, and it's like a day, and people dead ass be celebrating it. You know what I'm saying? I know down here there's a thing where they don't wear pants on the Metro Day and all that type. I'm gonna make that calendar so everybody can keep up with these days that don't nobody know what's going on or that don't nobody know exists. So we're gonna get that done, man. For real. Because some of the days be funny or they're fun to participate in. We need some fun in our life, man. Because everybody's stressed out these days, man. Everybody's stressed out. It's because it's too hard to live places, man. There's too much. Everything too expensive. Trump still got his access to Twitter. I don't know why they ain't. I still don't know how he ain't getting blocked yet. I post a Black Power image, a tag, a pic, and that don't get taken down by Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff. Trump be on there threatening whole nations, and his joint ain't get restricted yet. He threatened he was gonna knock Joe Biden out. He was gonna bomb North Korea. He doing all this on Twitter, and they don't restrict his joint. They don't shut it down. Nothing. He just doing whatever he want. He living his best privileged life. You understand me? Crazy. But yeah, man. Like I said, man, y'all look at that gentrification another way going forward. And take advantage of that stuff. Go down there and drink now. Get them cheaper prices. And then tell your other spots that you usually go to, look, dog, I want to bring my service back over here, but hey, the gentrifiers beating y'all out on these prices, dog. You gotta, hey, this lowest price out here, dog. We gotta compete. Gotta compete. And beer and it was National Beer Day, and I don't really drink beer, but because it's an acquired taste. Right? That's what everybody always say. It's an acquired taste. And I ain't drink beer up until probably 2014. Because in real life, beer is nasty, right? Like whenever somebody say it's an acquired taste, that just means it's nasty. But you'll go ahead and push through it for whatever the end result is. Okay? So people always say that about wine and beer, basically, because initially they're both pretty nasty. Okay? They're tart. Some beer tastes like straight up dirt, and that's the hops or whatever the hell it is, right? Barley, wheat, whatever. Some of this stuff just tastes like completely terrible, but you get used to it because you're going for the end result. You know that if you push through, you will achieve your goal, which is to be drunk. So that's how you acquire that taste. You know you're going to be drunk or tipsy or whatever it is that the alcohol does to you. The reason you can acquire that taste is because you want to acquire whatever the hell going to be the result of you drinking this damn beer and shit. For real. So that's what they mean. That's Cornbread's definition. Cousin Cornbread's definition of acquired taste. Y'all put that on Wikipedia or something, man. I don't know. What's the other jump? Urban Dictionary? Oh, and I had to look up gang on Urban Dictionary today, too, because I was like, man, what the fuck? All these little youngins, this new generation of people, oh, man, they stress me out, man. They just say some of the dumbest things, man. Gang. I mean, I don't even know what the hell. So I looked it up, and it's kind of like, it's supposed to kind of be like them telling you they done squatted up, like they're like together and they're having a good time, basically. Like, so yeah, this is my gang. But I don't know why they repeat stuff. I don't know when that whole repeating the same word became a trend. I remember years ago in rap and hip hop, that became the new chorus. So instead of you writing the actual chorus or hook or whatever you want to call it, right? Motherfucker just repeat the same word 1,000 times, like Rihanna, right? Like Rihanna does that or did that. And then all the rappers start doing it. I mean, it's irritating, man. But whatever. I'm gonna start saying it though, because I be adopting the new stuff now because I done gave up on being the old man that fight or, you know, I ain't telling nobody else to get off my lawn and all that. I'm not gonna take that approach to life. I'm gonna just be in it. I'm be the old dude in the club using all the new terms inappropriately. I don't really know what they mean. I'm gonna just start saying them. Gang. That's what I'm gonna be doing. So next time you see me in the street, pull up on me, man, and holler at me with the gang. And make sure you do the Wakanda forever sign with me, too. Because if you don't greet me with the Wakanda X across the chest, we can't be friends. That's just how it goes, okay? So just remember that. You see Cousin Cornbread, throw up the X and hit me with the gang. And then we could possibly be friends, man. For real. That's the only way. That's the only way to become my friend from now on. Okay? And to share my podcast posts. You do that too. And then you could be in my gang, supposedly, I guess. I don't know. We're going to figure it out though, man. But yeah, man. And then, hey, look, in sports, man, it ain't really nothing going on. You know, I was thinking about what I was going to talk about for sports on this episode. And, you know, ever since the Final Four is over now, it ain't really nothing popping off right now. It's kind of one of those dead points in sports for the year. The NBA is wrapping up their regular seasons, and, you know, they doing the same old thing. Ain't nothing about, they just about to fight for seeding for the playoffs. You know, LeBron is playing. You know, everybody's still riding LeBron's headline, his receding headline. Everybody on it. Do he still wear his headband? I didn't even really check for that. But everybody's still on LeBron, talking about he going to be the MVP, or he should be, over James Harden. But, you know, he's just still doing the same old thing. LeBron is a straight beast. Nobody can deny that. And he's also still the best lead actress in the league, because he cries and acts on every single foul. For real. I don't know how he does that. Like, whenever he does finish playing basketball, he should get a instant job in Hollywood. SAG should give him, he should already be in SAG. He should already have a membership. Write his membership number up right now. And SAG is the Screen Actors Guild. They need to give him a membership to that joint for real. Because he's the most actingest of dudes I've ever seen in my life. But the whole NBA like that, they some of the biggest, most athletic people in the whole wide world. But every time they get fouled in the NBA, you would think a sniper shot them in the stomach or in the face or something. Because they fall out and flail around and like just crumble to the ground. Some of the biggest dudes you ever seen in your life. Biggest, strongest, athletic, jump out the room, lift the truck dudes. They get tapped and they fall out. Joe, don't make no kind of sense, man. But yeah, ain't nothing really else going on in sports, man. The Masters done popped off, and that's so boring. I can't watch golf on TV. I can't even watch golf in person for real, unless it's like mini golf, like we had the putt-putt joint. And I'm on a date looking at the girl's booty or something. Or the windmill. Or the little frog in the water, that putt-putt. But other than that, I can't watch golf. I need to learn how to play, though, for real, because I'm getting old. And golf is a place to network for business purposes. So I need to start learning how to do that, get my network up. But, yeah, man, the Masters is back up. Or the Masters is popped off now, man. The big story was Tiger Woods at first, because apparently he had a couple good rounds leading up to the Masters, a couple good showings. But the boy can't recreate that magic that he had and when he was dominating. And I think all the back injuries and his denial of his blackness really set him back, dog. For real. You can't be out. Yeah, look, he has to have one of the biggest falls from grace ever, right? Like, he was supposed to be like the new face of golf. Like, he supposed to transform the jump for the younger generation, for non-whites, all kinds of stuff. And he was that dude for a few years, and then he got messed up. You know what I'm saying? Now the face of golf is right back to Caucasian, shawty. Caucasian has reclaimed golf. And I know they lit about it. But he's been in the news lately because he came back and had a couple good joints. But if he would have just accepted his blackness, man, he could have got them, he could have had Wakanda send him some Vibranium clubs. And he would have still been in a better place, man. For real. We gonna see what Tiger Woods does with his life, man. And actually, speaking of Caucasia and falls from grace, y'all man's Johnny Football, Johnny Manziel, if y'all remember him, the Heisman Trophy winner and former Cleveland Browns quarterback who came into the league with a whole bunch of hype. He apparently trying to re-enter the league now, re-enter the NFL, and he threw a touchdown pass, and it's like it's in this thing called the Spring League that nobody had ever heard of before. So there's a Spring League for football. To me, it looked like it's kind of like a semi-pro type league, but there's a thing called the Spring League, and he threw a touchdown. It's like big news, and they did a ESPN special on him a few weeks ago about him getting back in the NFL. And it was very empathy inducing if you saw that joint. I was like, man, Johnny Manziel getting some good coverage for being the asshole. Because if y'all know anything about Johnny Manziel, he was like a straight up rowdy, out of control dude. You know what I'm saying? But he was like the antithesis of the black mobile quarterbacks, right? Because every time the white mobile quarterbacks come out, he uses his feet to make plays. He uses his feet to improvise and get in a better position and all this shit. But then at that time when he came out, I think RG3 and Cap was out the year before Manziel came out. It was like around the same time. So he was like they was like, okay, he gonna be like a better version. He'll be mobile like them, kind of like how they used to promote Steve Young versus like somebody like Randall Cunningham and stuff like that, right? So he had all this hype, but he was wild and crazy. Manziel was crazy, but now he getting a lot of good coverage, trying to get back in the league, and they doing some good little specials on him, talking about he was just a wild kid, and they always say that. He was a kid. He was a wild kid. He didn't really know what was going on. He had to get used to it, blah, 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 right? Whatever, man. I'm not even going to get all into that. So he's getting back. I thought that was interesting. I just thought it was interesting how much of a positive spin they were putting on the history that he had and him getting back. And they've been covering it. He's been throwing at some pro days and all this kind of stuff. So we'll see what happens with that, man. And speaking of good guys in the NFL and mobile quarterbacks, y'all man's Tim Tebow is he was the antithesis of Manziel for the white quarterbacks because he was the praying virgin quarterback that came into the league. They had all his business out in the street, but he was a virgin. I think when he came into the league before he got married, and he would pray after every touchdown and all that stuff, and they had the whole Tim Tebow or they had the Tebow thing where you take a knee after you do everything. But, he was in the news recently because apparently he hit a 3-run home run, and because he's playing baseball now. And the name of his baseball team is the Birmingham Rumble Ponies, which is one of the greatest names I ever heard in my life. Birmingham Rumble Ponies. And they're affiliate, the minor league affiliate of the New York Mets, apparently. And so shout out to him, man. That was just something I saw. I liked Tim Tebow, actually. Even though he wasn't the greatest quarterback, he was truly one of those dudes, like I said, that they should have told to convert to a different position like they telling all the black people. Like they told my man that I talked about. What was my man's name? Can't even think of it right now. But Tebow should have definitely just been a running back for real, because that's what he used to do. He used to get it in and get touchdowns. He had it. When you come to playing sports, Tebow was one of them backyard dudes for real. He always was scoring touchdowns. You ain't know how he did it, how he broke all those tackles. We don't know what the hell Tim Tebow was doing, but it looked like the Lord blessed him through all them prayers, and he always got it done. He just was always making plays, man. But his throwing motion, Lord have mercy. As a quarterback, he was definitely a terrible quarterback. His throwing motion was worse than Charles Barkley's golf swing. And if you know anything about Charles Barkley's golf swing, that joint is god-awful. Like 100% never should happen in the world. But the Lord works in mysterious ways, and Tim Tebow is playing baseball now and still winning, man. So shout out to him, man. And that's going to wrap this episode up, y'all. I appreciate y'all for listening, man. I really, really do. And if y'all have anything to add, man, get with me on Instagram, get with me on Facebook. As I always say, I'm Cousin Cornbread on everything. So find me, interact with me, let me know how you feel, let me know if you got an opinion, let me know if you got something you want me to cover, actually. And also, if you got some kind of feedback and you want your voice heard, man, you can call in to our voicemail box, man. 352-577-2676. Again, that's 352-577-CORN. That's what those numbers spell out, CORN, on your phone. Corn. All right, that's that vanity number, shawty. How y'all feel? How y'all know about that? So yeah, man, if you got anything you want to contribute, add, talk shit about, whatever it is, hit me up. Leave a voicemail. I might replay. If y'all ever listen to Sway in the Morning or some other shows where they replay voicemails and discuss it depending on what the topic is, they'll run them back because I like to engage with the audience and everything as well too, man. So, and that could be with whatever show you listening to. This episode 7 right here, you can go back and listen to all the other ones. If this is your first episode, go back and listen to all of them. You got something to say about any of them, I'll bring it back, touch on it, or just replay it just for fun, just because y'all talking shit, man. I like to hear that stuff. And when you do that, make sure you leave whatever, if you want a shout out, make sure you leave your screen name or your username or whatever it is so I can find you on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever it is, man, so I can shout you out. All right? So I appreciate it once again, man. As I always say, 3 things to live by. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. If you don't set a goal, you'll always work for somebody that does. And lastly, don't drink and drive. You might spill some. Now, y'all get y'all asses into work, man. Or go pick up your baby. Or go pick up your baby mom or baby father from work. I done got y'all in and out in under an hour. Log out.